Oh my god. Okay. So do y'all remember the space bong? Well, I found some problems. So, here's apparently the issue that I'm having to deal with right now. I figured out how to get the water to stay in one place with a rotating chamber that causes a certain gravitational pull while in space. But I forgot something. Space is a fucking vacuum. So you can't use a lighter for the space bomb. So now I have spent the past 20 minutes trying to figure out how to produce a heating source that is not based on fire. I looked at oxidation chambers to create the necessary oxygen for the fire to exist, but then I'd have a problem with the actual lighting part. So, barring a mechanical arm that takes a big lighter and jams it the fuck in there, that's not going to work. So now we have that issue. Why do I do this to myself? Because somebody requested it, that's why. Here at Citrus Quest, we bring what you want. So, I also thought of the concept of a hookah coal. Using a tiny suspended arm that would hold the hookah coal. Because, you know, that's one way of doing things. But then I found out the fact that coals burn down. So that's not going to fucking work either. The hand would have to be constantly giving just enough pressure, and the PSI is a pain in the ass to pay attention without exploding the fire everywhere and basically blowing up the pure oxygen environment of the chamber. So then I thought, okay, what about like a tiny heat source, like a stove coil? Then I found out that it would melt the majority of the outside after a period of use, meaning a heating coil type lighter would completely melt in the environment necessary to do it. Like the metal would heat up too much, and the cold vacuum of space would basically cause it to fragment and explode in the user's hand. This is also not ideal. So I finally get to the concept of, okay, what is the last imaginable thing? The last potential for the concept of the space bong? Can we make this work? So, I'm going to just briefly explain the rabbit hole I went down. Because I'm not 100% sure how to explain this. Hang on, I have to pull it back up because I'm not 100% again how to really explain this. In sub-zero temperatures, like, certain devices will explode, but they just won't fucking work anymore. And 90% of the shit that I saw was a heating element based entirely on keeping a Wi-Fi router heated with like a space heater. But this is a pure zero, like the super cold environment to work with a space heater. So apparently, you can use an electrical heating element in a cinder block. A cinder block! To heat, to basically heat the cinder block to a boiling point, but because of what it's made out of, it won't burst in space. It's just solid enough to heat up to a red-hot environmental condition without exploding in space from the lack of an oxygen environment. So basically what you do is you charge a cinder block with electricity, a really tiny one, and then put it down with a like a mechanical arm. And that's how you would heat the space bong in space. Thank you to Space Bitch for giving me the suggestion to again do this exact same video that I did last time. It is painful to do these every time because I'm not a stoner, And, like, the stoner logic necessary to build the concept of the space bong. The only reason I can do it is I do smoke a hookah. But I use a wet tobacco. But the concept is racking for my brain. So thank you again to Space Bitch for once again suggesting the concept of the space bong. I both love and hate you for this concept. Thank you guys for watching. I've got raccoon shit to do. My name is Ichabod. Good night!